As you can see, I'm at the trailhead. I got dropped off this morning by a cab after spending the day in Manchester. So getting on trail a little late because ended up grabbing breakfast and stuff at the hotel and then getting up to the trailhead. It's a quick hike to the top of Bromley. There's only 3 miles to the summit. So I get on trail and get going pretty quick and get to the summit of Bromley. But I wanted to talk a little bit more just quickly about some of the reasoning why I chose the long trail versus any other trail. Like I said, it's the oldest trail in the U.S. And was inspiration for the Appalachian Trail, but also because I was born in Vermont and both of my children were born in Vermont, so Vermont holds a very special place in my heart. It was one of the really big reasons for me to choose the long trail versus any other trail to be my first through hike. With that said, the morning was just great. The weather was fantastic, low 50s, so great hiking weather. And you'll see I summit pretty quick to Bromley Mountain, and it's just very, very beautiful at the top of the mountain. Nice open spot where the ski lifts and ski shelters are. The nice thing about a lot of the ski resorts in Vermont, they let their shelters, they keep their like ski patrol shelters open for hikers. So some of the hikers that I had been hiking with on previous days used the shelter the day before during the thunderstorms and stuff like that to get out of the weather, so worked out well for them. Once you get to the top of Bromley Mountain, you gotta kind of find the trail a little bit. It's a little difficult finding the trail at the top of the mountain, but you find the trail and it drops down pretty steep into kind of a ravine for a little bit, and then the trail kind of is up and down but nothing too serious, and you're basically on your way to Stiles Peak. So I've been hiking along this morning, making fantastic time. I'm hiking through the Peru Peak Wilderness on my way to Stiles Peak, which will come up here. There's a quick clip of the top of Stiles Peak. I end up running into a day hiker who was out just getting in a nice hike for the day. And we kind of hiked together for probably, I don't know, maybe 4, 5, 6 miles together, because from 11:30 over to Peru Peak Shelter, it's like 10.1 miles, and probably half of that he was hiking along with me. So I had someone to talk to, hang out with, and it was a real nice conversation, and got to know each other. The trail through here was real nice. Had its up and downs here and there and stuff like that, but just a really nice section of trail. And as you'll see here in just a second, this is the top of Stiles Peak, where you can look out and kind of get a view and stuff like that. Right after that, you're heading to Peru Peak Shelter, and then from there it's over to Griffith Lake. So after leaving the Peru Peak Shelter, there's a short little hike, about a half mile, which takes you over to Peru Peak. And once you get near Peru Peak, you'll see that there's a lot of punting. You know, it's kind of stuff set down so to keep you elevated, because some of these areas can get pretty marshy during certain times of the year, and there's a lot of, you know, erosion and stuff like that that happens near the lakes and stuff, so they try to protect them. But real neat area. There's some tenting sites and things like that along the lake. My son and I had stayed there the previous year when we had done a section hike through this little area, and just real neat area, nice little pond. Didn't stop to take a view of it because I was trying to put in some pretty big miles this day and stuff like that, and I had seen the lake before, so it was kind of just trying to get through the area. But I wanted to show some of the punting and stuff like that, because this section of punting, I would say it's at least a quarter mile or longer of all this punting down to keep you elevated above the trail and stuff like that. So it's kind of a neat area.